perfect for this, so I'm very glad that I got these, even though, you know, as far as I am concerned, they're a little flimsy. I'm not sure, it didn't say on the box what thickness they were, but if I compare it to a 110-pound cardstock, I don't know if you can hear that. Like you probably just hear dog tags. So I don't know if that's a good indication there. I feel like this might even be lighter than 65 pounds. So it is not a high quality. I'm hoping that when I add all of the paper to the front, maybe it'll make it a little bit more substantial. But, you know, it's a card. It doesn't have to last forever. We'll see. Alright, so I got purple. There's not really any of that blue, pink, yellow, green. Oh, I feel like I got gypped. There's a problem with this card. Oh, okay, well, that'll just get chopped up for scrap at this point. There's two different colors of pink, and there's like a cool yellow and a warm yellow. So I feel like the warm yellow is too warm, and the cool yellow is probably too cool. We'll just use the cool yellow. All right. So what do I have here? And there's some green. 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 6 cards. We're doing six cards tonight. I don't even know what time it is. It's 9 o'clock. It's past my bedtime, people. Good thing it's a Friday. Okay. And you know, I might do a craft one just because I like craft paper and I have a ton of those cards. And a white one because I am so inclined. So, there we go. 8 cards. I lied. 8 cards. Alright. Just for the record, I already told you I have never embossed before in my life, so all I've got is what I've watched on the internet. And again, the Frugal Crafter. So Lindsay Werrick has been, and I don't know if I said her name right, she's been awesome. I watch her. I have many of her teachable classes. Or not, yeah, teachable, I think. She taught me how to watercolor. And I love her teaching style, and she's awesome. So check her out, please. If anyone is actually watching this, please go and check out the Frugal Crafter, because her ideas are far, far superior to mine at this point. All right, so Lindsay taught me via YouTube how to heat emboss. And thanks to her, I did not go out and buy, or well, I already had, trust me, lots of Harbor Freight things. So I have, you know, I had a Harbor Freight gun, heat gun, and thanks to her, I decided it would be a better idea, not to burn my fingers off. So I went and I bought this super special, my Zap. I just got it at Joann's. It was on clearance or sale. I don't know. It was $10. Totally worth not burning my fingers off. And it doesn't have as much airflow as my hairdryer that I would normally use for acrylic painting. So we got that. It does not stand up by itself, and I don't know why. It might be because I have the little stand thing on here backwards, maybe. Maybe not. I'm not sure. No idea what I'm doing right now. No, I think it just doesn't want to stand up. I think it's because of the cord. Alright, so here we go. So what do I want to do first? I think I need to cut some of these down. Not the cards, of course. The backgrounds, and piece together something before I do anything else. So I'm going to bust open this super expensive $1 double-sided tape. There we go. I have to move my trash can because it's over there. So I reach over, and I feel like I'm reaching over someone at the dinner table. I feel rude. Anyway, so double-sided tape, and I have some pop dot tape. I don't know why they call it pop dot tape, because it's literally just foam tape. Like, there's no dots. Like, I'll show you. I'm going to open it up. And it's not like it just seems silly to me to go out and spend a ton of money on a bunch of stuff when it's a card, you know? Like, I get wanting to make cards last. I do. But it's also not, it is a piece of art, and it is intended for, you know, joy. But it does not have to last forever. It doesn't have to stick around. Odds are someone's going to keep it for like a year and display it, and then probably throw it away. So, I don't see a need to invest in the best of the best adhesive things, because it doesn't have to last quite as long as, now, if that's what you're going for, if you intend on someone framing it and keeping it forever, then by all means use the, you know, Scotch archival foam tape. But I am good with this stuff. So it's called pop, I just said it earlier, pop dot tape, which would imply that it has dots on it. Definitely doesn't. Whoa, I can't even get to the camera right. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe not. Focus. Yeah, see? Just foam tape. No dots. And it just comes with 3 different widths. So there we go. Alrighty, what else? I think I'm going to make these, I want to say modular, but that's definitely not the appropriate word. You know, boxy, modern. Yeah. So I think I use my paper trimmer. Just for the record, guys, I broke my paper trimmer 2 days ago. This one, I'm not even sure how I did it. So I love this little dude. It's so cute, and it's a little guillotine, but it's got a, you have to feel it. It's got a chip in it now. So somehow I've broken the stainless steel or whatever they are blades. You can't see it. Anyway, there's a little bump there. So when I tried to close it forever, it kept getting snagged, and I was like, crap, I can't cut with that. It's gonna, you know, make a mess. So it's a little bit better now, I think, because I forced it enough times. But the blade still has a little chip missing now. Anyway, let's try it, see what happens. Of course, I can't try it until I cut it down a little bit more, but wait for it. The Big Daddy is coming out for this. It's just so much work. It's huge. It has a light, though. Fancy. And it folds out, so it actually is that big, but I don't need it that big, and you can use it when it's folded up. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so a card, I have 5x7 card bases, so they're big cards. A or A7, I think, is what it's called. So they're pretty big. So I'm going to cut these down so that they are the width, a little bit smaller than the width. So there's a cute little border, which would make them, they're exactly 5. So I'm going to make them 4 3/4. So that would make give a little 1/8 of an inch border. So 4 3/4 right there. Like I said, I need to invest in a new paper cutter. If that works, then I'm not going to get a new one. But I'm not crazy about these small ones with the slidey things, because I feel like when I look at it after I've cut it, I don't feel like it's straight. I think it can still wobble back and forth, and I feel like it does. So, and I'm sure that part of it is me. Like, that looks pretty straight. But I don't know. The more I look at it, the more I think I didn't cut it right. So I'm going to not look at it. So I'm never going to need it more than, you know, the width that I want the card base. So I'm going to cut this whole page down, because I know that I'm going to make, 8 cards. So I'm going to need quite a few, because I'm going to use, like I said, I'm going to use squares of it. Not squares, but rectangular shapes for the cards. So I don't know if I'm going to do the same thing with, what I want to do is so this yellow paper is not solid. I don't think you can tell that. I will get better lighting. I will have a better lighting situation here. So anyway, I'm just going to cut all these down. But my question, so the thing I was trying to get at is, I don't know if I want these stripes to be vertical or horizontal. I don't know that it matters in the long run, but like, for a pattern, like, do I care? And I'm not sure. So this yellow paper is striped as well as this green hued paper. I'm going to do one way and one the other way, just to be, you know, contrasting. Keeps a little interest. And I'm going to cut them all at the same time because I am not patient. I am super impatient. So, push really hard and it didn't work. So I'm not going to move it. I'm going to do it again. Push really hard and it still didn't work. Don't do this. I just put a new blade on this thing, so it really should be able to do that, no problem. But again, I'm not standing up, and I'm also short. I'm 5'2", and this table is at a little bit under chest height for me when I'm standing, just so I don't have to bend over because my back, I have a bad back. Anyway, so I don't have the full amount of leverage on it that I probably should. Okay. Now, anything else we can do on the little trimmer because it is micro. All right. I don't know how much of the background you can hear. I guess I'll find that out when I upload for editing, if I can handle listening to myself talk for this long. But I have Great Danes, and they're eating in the background. And as you can imagine, they don't do much quietly, except for, well, they're quiet. That's not what I meant. They are quiet in general, but when they eat, they are loud because they have no manners. So anyway, you might hear dogs in the background. I apologize. That is no different than the cats walking through the screen. All right, so I've got these papers cut, and I'm going to cut them down more. So here's what I'm thinking. So let's say I have this green card. It's green. You can't tell it's green. I promise it's green. And I think I'm going to put some bunnies on it, like at the bottom. And then maybe put some pink, solid pink at the top, maybe. And then at the intersection, maybe put some baker's twine, a little bow, something. So, and I'm thinking now. So if I put it like that and cut this part down, but I have like a solid top that I can put stuff on, such as Happy Easter, and then visual exciting things at the bottom, like little bunnies hopping across there. So my conundrum now, and this is what happens. See, I'm doing things for the first time, so I'm like, okay, I'm sure other people have these problems. So if I do that right on the card back, like use this as my base, I have nothing to wrap the baker's twine around. So I don't want, seriously, cat, that's Lima. All right, anyway, so I don't want the twine to wrap around the inside. So I need to obviously put it around just this paper before I adhere it to the back. So how am I going to do that? I don't know if just sticking this here like this is going to be strong enough to support it. But hey, let's try. Let's see what we can make happen. I don't need any of those. We're just going to work on this one card with the pink and the bunnies. So put this to the side for now. All right. And I'll cut this down when I'm done. I just don't know how much I need. And I'm, like I said, kind of lazy. So I don't want to have to cut it twice. All right. So I'm going to stick this sticky stuff down right here. Please ignore the dogs. They finally just got done eating. Scissors. My unspecial scissors. So I have some tiny in Tim Holtz for like cutting around small things, and I love them, but I tend to grab them if I want to cut something, anything, and I don't want to get sticky on them. So, all right, so I'll press it down, peel it off. There seems to be a significant amount of stuff there. I'm okay with that. That's good. Yay, dollar store. And then I'm going to stick this pink thing over it as straight as I possibly can, which may not be very straight. I doubt that it's going to be very repositionable. So we'll see. Check that out. That might work. All right. Now the question is, how much of the bunnies? Now, see, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't know if you can tell. I'm super anal, guys. Like, super perfectionist, and I think I'm gonna have to let some of that go. So I don't know. You can't really tell. So it's itty bitty bit. You see it? Come on, focus. Focus. There. Itty bitty bit longer. Now, if I try to cut that off, I'm going to end up making it awful. So I will probably just leave it that way, and we will put maybe a band of washi tape over it before we put the actual baker's twine on it. I think that would actually be pretty cute. Okay, see? We're just making this up as we go along, people. No worries. It's fine. Go lay down. So I don't want to cut a bunny in half because that makes me feel bad. So gotta figure out how many bunny rows I want on this card. I think 3 would be a lovely number of bunny rows. Yeah. So, it turns out I did break it enough so that it would close successfully. So yay, I don't have to buy a new paper cutter. So now we got more bunnies to use later. That's going to irritate you. More bunnies to use later. Don't know why that's here. And then, oh, I forgot I had these. Oh, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. Holy moly. So many things. Why did I get so many things out? All right. It'll be okay. All right. So now I'm going to put this on here. And I should really mark it with a pencil, but again, lazy. I don't even know if I have a pencil here. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, wait. Ha! My giant. This is a, this pencil writes in the rain. I have no idea. Oh yeah, I do know. So I build things outside. So I completely redid my chicken coop. And so I had all these things that were like woodworking things. So pencils that are really very thick. So that they don't break when you're doing measurements and stuff. So I have a ton of these pencils floating around, and this one writes on the rain apparently. And somehow it managed to work its way up here. So there's that story. All right. So tiny little hash mark where I want it so that the edge is the same distance away. That almost the same ish. The same ish. Cut this one. Really great Dane sniffing my pants. There we go. All right. So card base. Maybe. I don't know. Card base. Technically, this thing is the card base, I think. So this is, not. Now, see, I think that is awesome. It's so cute. It's so cute. Okay. I'm so proud because, like, seriously, guys, this is, like, the 5th card I've made in my life. So I'm excited about this. Okay. So now we got to finish this thing. And we don't need the card anymore because we don't need to do anything else to it. So I think the question is, what color? So I've got my Happy Easter stamp. And I've got the flowers. And I feel like this is looking weird. I just don't know what. Guys, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. All right, first, I can't put I'm going to put the washi tape on because that part does literally not matter. Purple, blue, teal. I feel like teal is my favorite color. So I assume that there will be a lot of teal in these videos if I make more than one after this one flops. We shall see. Here we go. Voila! Pretty, 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 pretty. I think it's crooked. It's okay. No one else but I will know. Alright. So, looky there. Isn't that cute? I'm excited about this. So I think I'm going to have to move this camera that way because I am short. So literally everything I'm trying to show you is right in front of me. So let me move this back real quick. I told you this is the first one and I am totally winging it. So there we go. Okay. Now, what are we going to do? So eventually, I think I'm going to use the purple baker's twine on this one. So I'm going to end up doing that, but that doesn't help my problem right now. So here's what I'm worried about. I'm trying to figure out, I want to emboss. I have a feeling that I am going to overdo stuff because I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm thinking that I might just be able to put Happy Easter right here, right above the line. And I think that should be sufficient. I don't know that I'm going to need any of these flowers, actually. I'm not saying I won't use them on the other ones, but I don't think I need them right this second. So if I just put Happy Easter right there and emboss it, I think that would look pretty neat. Now the question is, what color do I do it in? Because I don't know. These literally just came in the mail today. I did not even know what they were until I opened them, and I was so excited about it. I also have the clear, which could be subtle, could be nice. I don't know. I haven't really articulated how I feel about that yet because I haven't tried it yet. So I want to see what that plum looks like, but I'm trying to find a piece of paper. Ha! We will use the back of this. And then I need something to stamp with. So I'm not going to use my Happy Easter stamp because it's clean. And if I want to make it clear later, I don't want to have to get plum off of it. So there's that. And I want to see what this coffee looks like too. The coffee looks like it's lighter than the plum, so I want to do that first. That is just my logic. There is no rhyme or reason for that. Okay. Stamping it up. Looks like it's pretty good, at least to test. If I was seriously stamping, I would be using, where's my foam? I have a white foam thingy, and I put it underneath it, but I just want to see what the color is, so I'm not too worried about it. Pushing down, letting it sit for a bit. Don't want to move too fast. Okay, so that's definitely coffee. Definitely looks like coffee. It literally looks like someone ground up coffee beans and put them in a stamp pad. That is not what we're going for today. So, go away. Bye-bye. Okay, let's try this one. Now, there's literally hardly any ink on there, so I'm just going to stamp it off. And then I'm not crazy about cleaning things, honestly. So I literally hardly ever clean these. I have baby wipes in front of me that I will wipe off the excess. It's not going to hurt anything. Okay, so plum. That is not... So looking at the ink pad, it looks like maroon. It does not look like plum. Plum is purple. So, there. We'll see how well this works. Oh, stampy, stampy, stampy. Waiting. And poof. And that is like blood red. Neither of these is going to work. Have no fear. I am bummed that those did not work for this application, but I'm sure that I will use them in the future because those are some pretty colors. I really like that red color. Anyway, so thank you, paper, for being useful. And now I've got plum on this. All right, set that over there. I'll clean it in a bit. So I think I'm going to emboss this one in clear, see what it looks like. Or maybe I should emboss something else and make sure I know what I'm doing before I do this. How about, let's use the stamping that I just stamped. Actually, I'm not sure if that's going to work. So, one type of ink will work with this and one type will not. And I don't know. There's no instructions on the archival pad, so I don't know if it will work with this or not. Pigment base versus dye base, and I don't really know. Might say on the back of here. Housing project, raised patch surface, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Blah. Okay. No answer. So, If you have any questions or you need more information, because I guarantee you I'm not going to have all the answers because I am learning like you, go check out the Frugal Crafter. I am absolutely sure that she has, actually I've seen it, I just didn't retain the information obviously. Go check out her website. She has a quick video on embossing, and then there's a longer video on everything about embossing powders. And in there it tells you which ones, dye or pigment-based ink, works with it, because this doesn't say. It just says embossing. So this is what I'm going to use, obviously. So first I'm going to try to use it with this. Ooh, that's a squishy stamp pad. Okay, so you can't see it. It's clear. No idea if it's completely covered or not, but we're gonna roll with it. Stamping Happy Easter. And then now while it's wet, I believe, oh crap, I wasn't prepared for this. This is not open. It looks like a freaking, looks like a salt shaker. This is not a good idea. So hopefully that's still wet. If not, we might be starting from scratch. Okay. A liberal amount of embossing powder. A liberal. So since this is in this weird, and see now that's on there, so I'm less freaked out. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get the embossing powder back in that I haven't used, and I'm sure that that might be there, might be on purpose. That's just a guess, because, you know, the more you use, the more they sell. But I don't need, oh, wait for it. My answer is on the tube. Stamp design using pigment ink. So pigment ink is embossable, and dye-based ink is not. There we go. Now you know. Now we both know. Anyway, how am I going to get it back in here? I feel like this is going to be a mess. Oh, it's a mess. Oh, it's totally a mess. Alright. That is lovely. Alright, now, according to the interwebs, I just turn this on and I just keep applying the heat until it is glossy. So I'm going to try that, and I'm sorry if this is really loud. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited. It worked so well. I don't know if it's supposed to be dry. I don't know how this works. I assume that I'm supposed to apply heat until it's all done. I don't know if you can see that. You can totally see that. Look at it. It worked. Huh. I'm so amused. Okay. We're going to do that on this piece of paper. And I think I'm going to do it to the left. Maybe. Yeah, the left. Alright. Here we go, guys. Make sure it's straight, or straight with the washi tape, which is crooked, but that's okay. Now, I don't know if this embossing clear stuff is just like ink, like you should set it for a while before you lift up. I'm not really sure. That looks like a good impression. You won't be able to tell that, but I can from down here. So now we're going to sprinkle on. And I feel like it's in my best interest to not use a lot, but they say that since you can just put it back in, you can use as much as you want. But this is not a good idea. Like, if this just pops out, that would be great, but I don't think it does. And I feel like I'm going to make a complete mess trying to get it out of there. So I'm going to try to put it back in there until I run out of embossing fluid. Or embossing fluid, geez. Embossing powder. Oh, I don't want to... something else to consider. I don't want to bend my card, so I need something else that I can bend to put it back in the tube. I say tube because it's a tube, literally. It's not a container, it's a tube. Things that you don't think about until you're doing it. Like that. Again, don't get a package like this. Pain in the rump. Alright, let's do the heat thing and see how it looks. Okay, see, I still burned my fingers, and I wasn't even using a really expensive, or not expensive heat tool. Alright, that is, I'm going to have embossing powder everywhere. Oh, and it's smoking. That's awesome. Okay, so, here's what we got. There seem to be some tiny little fuzzies, which I guess would be the downside from using a clear, I don't know if you can see that. Yep, you can see it. I don't think you can see the fuzzies, though. That would appear to be the downside from, oh, you can totally see those. That's awesome. Downside for using a clear embossing thing. Ink. Embossing ink. That's what it is. So, there's that. But you know what? I think it looks pretty good. No one else other than me is probably going to notice that. Well, and you, because you know now. Okay, so now I need to put the baker's twine on here. I think it'll add... You could leave it like this if you really wanted to, I think. But I think it needs just a little bit more. Not too much more, because that would be overwhelming. But I do think, and we'll see if this works. I think what I'm going to have to do is tape it down on the back, because I don't think I can keep it from moving around long enough. You can just use the straight up plain tape for that. Tape it down. And then should keep it from wobbling around while you try to tie it and everything. Okay, so now the question is, where do I want the bow? Do I want the bow under Happy Easter? Do I want it on the other side? Ooh, I want it on the other side. I just made that decision. Okay. I used way too much, but I don't have any idea how long it's going to take me to tie this bow, guys. Oh, so I tend to turn things upside down when I'm trying to tie them, even like tie it backwards. So I could tie it backwards, but you would not realize that I was doing it. So if I just turn it upside down and tie it normally, then you would realize. That was a grandpa tip. My grandpa taught me that. If you tie something backwards and or upside down, same thing, it will come out straighter. Now, I've never tied a bow with baking, what is this? Baking twine? Baking, I don't know, something. Baker's twine. Butcher's, I don't know, guys. I'm so tired. I've never tied a bow with this before. Kat, you are going to burn yourself. Yeah. So, it's probably going to take you a couple times, people, because it's not a very substantial fiber. That's what this is. So I don't know how this is going to work. And I told you guys I was a perfectionist, right? Well, this bothers me. Trying to make this straight is going to drive me nuts. You know what? Let's try this. First, I'm going to tie a knot, and then I'm going to tie a bow. And I'm going to make the paper pucker a tiny bit, because I feel like by the time I get it tied, somehow, I feel like I need another set of hands. So anyway, by the time I get it tied, it will hopefully be tight. Ha! Or it could be bowed, like that. I give up. I will tape it down straight, and we should be okay then. Alright. Now that I'm not worrying about trying to keep it tight and tie the bow at the same time, let's tie the bow. Oh. Goodness gracious. Come on, come on. There. All right. Flip her over. Lay it out a little bit straighter. Maybe, maybe not. I might just give up. You know, I think that if I put a tiny piece of glue on the center, it will stay like that, but I'm not sure. I have some Craft Bond. Elmer's Craft Bond. It has a little spout at the end, which is pretty neat. Of course, I don't know why I'm going to have to sit here and hold it now. That was thinking, Ashley. Because this stuff is not the fastest drying stuff. I could put a piece of washi tape over it, but why bother? I'm just going to keep trying to do stuff with one hand. All right, so I'm going to cut the string there. And yep, I like that. And I don't want them the same size because we want to add a little visual interest. I'm not going to lie. I think I might have just cut that one in the same place though, trying to keep the glue down. There. Okay. No, computer, don't go to sleep. I know that you're really exhausted. You're like, why is this movie so long? Well, hopefully it'll be shorter because I'm going to have to edit the crap out of it. Oh, anyway. All right. So we have made one card and it took us, what time is it? 9:30. It took us an hour. Oh, and we're not even done. We still have to put it on the back. Oh, goodness. Nope. All right. You know what? I don't know if this is going to work or not. Do as don't, well, we'll know at the end. So fast forward and find out if this worked before you do it. I'm going to put a piece of washi tape over the glue and hopefully it'll dry like that and then I won't have to worry about it. Okay, so now we're going to put the card base on. That's going to look so cute. I am so excited about this. That turned out much better than I thought it was going to. I'm not going to use foam tape. I'm just going to use straight up double-sided tape if I can find it. I'm trying to think what I could use some of that foam tape on these cards. I'm not sure. Okay. I am going to put it all the way around but I am going to cut it a little bit short because I feel like that might be where I went wrong when I attached them all together. Or I'm sorry, when I attached these two pieces together, I didn't cut the tape. I cut the tape exactly at the edge, and I think that's why it looks thicker. So I'm going to cut it short. And put some on this side. This side. This side. Okay. So we'll be backing off. Like so. And now we're going to apply it to the center of the card, maybe, or wherever it sticks first, which is what just happened. Oh, goodness. Totally can't tell. It looks great. And so when that bow dries, that is so cute. I'm so excited that I made this. Huh. Guys, we made this. Simple, cute. Yeah. That's awesome. All right, so we're going to let that glue dry. And now we're going to move on. And hopefully they'll go a little quicker. I'm not sure. It might not. Yeah. So we'll see. I really like the bunnies. like that. Like you couldn't use a whole thing of bunnies. That's definitely true, but I do like the bunnies. So let's take more bunnies, but let's do it vertically this time instead of horizontally. Just so happen to have a bunch of bunnies. And then I'm going to use some... Well, first let's find a card base because I don't want to put a yellow front on a yellow card. I can put a yellow front on a pink card. It could be a very pink card, or it can be yellow. Ooh, the opposite of purple, folks, is yellow. So they add visual excitement. So let's do this. Purple and yellow stripes, vertical stripes, and some bunnies. So I'm going to do the same thing. Literally, I just did. So I know that the length of my card is 7. So I'm just going to cut these 2 pieces to 7 real quick. Not together because that'll make a mess. So, oh crap. All right, so here's the deal. Here's what I hate about this little thing. It only goes to 5. It doesn't even have an extension thing, so I can cut something longer. So good thing I'm working on this cutting mat. So I'm just going to measure 7 inches real quick and mark it with my handy dandy pencil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that I know where to cut. And there we go. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. And cut. So I think what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to do the same thing, or similar anyway, and then put the baker's twine going up and down with the wasabi. I keep wanting to say wasabi tape. Washi tape. But I think I'm going to do the embossing on a piece of paper that is in a, do I want contrasting or not? No, I think I'm going to do it in that solid purple, actually. So, because that stripy yellow, it's just weird. Like, I can't decide if it's actually, like, embossed. It might be a tiny bit. Like, I feel like I can feel the ridges. But we've got this purple paper, and it's still a different color than the, oh, it's a different color. I think it'll be okay. Enough of that's going to be covered up that we're not even going to notice. Or I always have the chunk of pink over here that I could use too. Ah, so many choices, guys. Yeah, we'll just use pink because I don't like wasting. So, there we go. All right. Pink, 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 pink. There, I sang you a song. All right. Cut it down to a standard size. I have a die cut machine. However, for some reason I don't have any rectangles. But that's okay. It's just as easy to do this. So, cut it down to maybe 3.5. Doesn't really matter. However big we make it, we're going to center the stamp, or try to. All right. So, I'm kind of putting the cart before the horse, but I'm not sure if I should, if it's a bad thing that I let that embossing ink dry on there. I don't know if it really matters. We'll see. Sure, we'll find out. All right. So, I'm going to make the overlap a little bit more drastic because I feel like it needs that support a little bit compared to the other one that I just did. And I'm going to line this up. So I use the pattern to line it up. So I'm looking at the little purple bunny tails there to see where it's supposed to be. And then we'll just get some more tape. Stick it to the back. And remember, don't go as far as the edges or you'll get a thicker edge and you'll be like, what the heck did I just do? Like I did. Here we go. There we go. There's like embossing powder on my mat. It's driving me nuts. Alright, peeling off the back, and we're going to stick it on same distance from the bunny's little butt all the way up, or as close as we can. Right, it's not like someone's going to take the card and stare at it and be like, Ashley, that is crooked. I do not want your card. No one's going to do that. All right. So, the background needs to be 4 3/4. We learned that earlier, so I can use this thing to cut 4 3/4. And I'm just kind of eyeball it, like when I'm looking at it. So right now, I would like less bunny and more yellow. Just kind of just eyeballing it. There's no rhyme or reason. I just feel like I want less bunny and more yellow. So I'm going to turn it over and make another cut. Like so. Voila. Alright, so got a few bunnies. Primarily green bunnies, which I did not plan that. So, because of the pattern and the way I cut the bunnies off, most of our bunnies are now purple and green and pink. So I do feel like I should bring some green into this somehow, but green and purple, I just don't feel like they go together very well. So maybe there are no oranges. I'm sorry. That was a dog knocking over a sweeper. God. Oh, okay. Anyway, and I didn't cut this short enough anyway. So now I have 3 prominent green bunnies, and I don't know what I'm going to do with those green bunnies. What's the opposite of green on the color wheel, so peoples? Red? I'm not putting red on here. So red, what's close to red? Pink. So pink and green. So we're going to do pink baker's twine. Is that what it's called? I'm going to keep calling it that, and I'm sure someone will tell me that I'm wrong. And I need to cut off another. I think that needs to be, it's not 7, so I'm going to cut a bit off the top. And, oh, too much. Oh, well, it'll be okay. It means I'm going to cut a tiny little bitty bit off the side. Itty bitty. Itty bitty. Not a bunch. Okay. Here we go. So, we got card base number 2. And like I said, it looks very similar to the last one, and I like it. So they're all going to be kind of matchy. But what washi tape am I going to use? I really hope that glue is holding, because I really want to remove the washi tape. See, I told you, I am super duper impatient. Super duper impatient. Okay, see, that's not all the way dry. But look at how neat that is. Guys, I'm so excited. You're like, shut up. Okay, anyway. I didn't get out any pink washi tape because it didn't match exactly. But since we have no pink bunnies, or we just have their butts, I don't know that it matters. So, what do I have in green? I have that green. I have the, oh, that could work. Yeah, I'll make it work. Okay. Can't find the end of it to save my life. If anybody has any tips or tricks on how to apply washi tape straight, you please let me know. I mean, short of putting a ruler up here, I guess I could do this. This is not the best way to do this, though. Come on. There must be a better way to make sure that you're applying the tape straight. Because I guess that actually kind of worked pretty well. Which is actually fairly surprising. Hopefully you can't see it when it's on a, oh, That green is really light, so you can kind of see through it. So good thing we're going to put some of this twine over it. All right. Come on. Ooh. All right. So same thing I did before. Just going to take it and tape it. Straight up tape. To the back like that. And again, we've got a dog licking the chomps behind me. Okay. Again, I just made way too much string, but forgive me. It'll be okay. Now, where do I want the bow on this one? The bow is at the bottom on that one. So I think I'm going to put this one at the top just to be different. Not in the middle because that's a little bit too symmetrical. A little bit too perfect, and then it'll be super obvious if it's not in the middle, if I try to make it in the middle. So I'm going to put it in the top third of, there it goes. First I'm going to tie the knot because that worked out really well last time. So you literally, it was puckering a little bit when I tied it on that card, and you cannot see because I taped it down straight, or I'm sorry, taut. I don't know if that's, yeah, taut. Anyway, so I taped it down taut, so it literally worked out. So I'm going to do the same thing on this one because if it's not broke, don't fix it. Maybe. That's my goal anyway. Yep, there we go. Okay. So, I don't know if you can see that. It's buckling a little bit, and that's what I want. Alright. Tie the bow. I should be tying this upside down, but I'm not doing it, and I'm going to see if that makes a difference, because, you know, who knows? Yeah, see? Every time. Alright. So, essentially, turning it over literally just results in the bow being backwards. I mean, you could also just do the loop on the other side first because, you know, most people do the opposite. So I bet you, and this is just a thought, I am right-handed. So I wonder if people that tie bows that are left-handed, I wonder if their bows are always straight. Food for thought. Because they would always, of course, pick the opposite direction than what we're taught. So I don't know. I'm not a lefty. I don't know. Well, I know lefties at work. I can ask. But I'm sure that someone will tell me out in the YouTube land if left-handed people tie straighter bows than right-handed people, because I am curious. Okay. That was a very odd tangent. Alright, so here we go. There's the bow, and it's still crooked. See? Like I'm having a time trying to get this bow straight. Oh, jeez. Alright. You know what, bow? You want to be crooked? Be crooked. I will just tape you down. Oh my goodness. Seriously. Why am I having such a hard time with this one? Cripe. Cripe, cripe, cripe. Alright. Here's where it needs to be. Right there. So, I'm going to do the same thing I did with that one, because that one seems to work out well. I'm going to put a little blob of glue underneath it and stick it where I want it. In the way that I want it. And then tape it down. I just got washi tape stuck to my mouth. And it's probably not going to work because now it's all wet. Okay. There. Pull it down like that. Don't judge me, people. Alright, there we go. So, I'm going to make the strings on this one a wee bit longer because I can. There we go. And Now we have to make our embellishments. And put it somewhere. Maybe there. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens when it's done. Alright, so we want to center this doohickey. Center-ish. Cat. He's driving me crazy. He's licking a piece of paper. He's so weird. Cats are so weird. Alright. Center it. Stamp it. Lift it. Looks pretty good. Sprinkle. Ample sprinkles. Use my little thingy. Wonder what embossing powder is made of. I will have to Google that when I'm done with this. This tiny little piece of cardboard might have to stay with this embossing thing for the rest of its natural life, because it's probably the only thing I'm going to be able to use to get that in there. Okie dokie, folks. We're going to heat emboss it. Move your embossing ink away from the heat. I don't know if it matters, but that's probably a good idea. Heat. Heat, heat, heat. Guys, I think I just found my new favorite thing, because that is so rewarding. Oh dear, I'm bowing my mat. Crap. Alright. Isn't that awesome? Okay. Now, do I want it straight? Do I want it angled? Ooh, I kind of like that. Or I can put it down here. Either one looks just fine. Uh-oh, my glue came up. Probably need some more washi tape. Here we go. Since we're kind of trying to go with the whole square thing, not square thing, but you know, modular. I don't know if I want to put it at the bottom. I'm not sure if I like it down there. I might. Ugh, why are there so many choices? If I put it up there, then it seems top heavy. Maybe I'll put it down there, but not square. Alright, I think that's what I'm going to do. I made a decision, guys. Oh, check it out. You can tear it. That made life a little bit easier. Okay. So now I'm just going to plop it down here, and I kind of, you know, I'm going to put it over the baker's twine. Just made that decision too. Looky there. It's just a card. It's not a big deal. It's okay. Whatever I want to do. It works. I'm just going to slip another piece under that edge there because it's starting to bubble a little bit. I don't know if you can tell. Problem is you have to remove the sticky stuff from both sides. So once something is stuck down, it's really hard to add stuff to it. I could probably have better luck getting a glue dot under there. Yeah, that's not going to work. All right. Question is, do I leave it or do I fix it? I could probably just shove some of this stuff up there. Oh, actually, so it's bowing, so it's kind of making it pucker a little bit more. So maybe once I glue it, or not glue it, tape it to the base, it will straighten out. Maybe, possibly. There's hope. All right. So, you know how my intention was to make all of these cards? Well, here we are. That one was faster. That one took about, oh, I don't know. What time did I get done with the other one? So it took about half an hour. Oh, see, I'm making stuff up as I go, guys. And it's probably going to be a bit time consuming until we get the hang of this. Oh, actually, I'm just slow, so feel free to fast forward if, ow, that bothers you. But I like real time, so I'm probably going to make it real time. We'll see. All right, so got that double-sided tape on the back, peeling it off. Maybe, maybe not. So I do like the fact that double-sided tape on a roll, like a Scotch roll, doesn't have, you know, the extra paper. That's kind of irritating. But, oh crap. Make sure that your card is turned the right way, because I almost did that. Would have been an upside down card. There we go. There's a little piece of fluff escaping. There we go. Hope the whole thing doesn't fall apart now that I took that fuzzy off. So now that the fronts are on, they do feel more, you know, substantial. I mean, I still awfully flimsy, but I mean, I'm got to use the cards. I just bought them, so. There's my 2 cents about the Park Lane box of cards that came from Michaels. They are too thin. Not Michaels. Joann Fabrics. Too thin. Alright, so I just need something to tack down this little bubble here. And I don't have anything in front of me, but I have glue, so I'm going to do that. Just an itsy bitsy bit. I said an itsy bitsy bit, and I put a ton. That is not entirely surprising either. Wipe it up there. So I'm sure that there are fast dry paper glues. I actually saw one at the store, but I didn't feel like I could justify buying it because I've got all this other glue and tape that I haven't used. So maybe when this stuff is gone in, 10 years, I might be able to get quick dry paper glue. We'll see. I shouldn't take that off yet, but I really want to. All right. So we are 2 cards down. And you know what? I think that's all we're going to do because it's 10 o'clock at night and I'm really tired. But you know what? I think we did a good job. Look at how much, well, first of all, we got set up. I have a camera now. Yay, accomplishment. This card is awesome. It's so cute. So cute. Subtle. Adorable. And then we've got its matching mate here, which is adorable as well.